Game developers and game creators can definitely react in a whole number of ways to fans using their games, their assets to create other fan projects. Take Nintendo, for example. Okay, I have made definitely a handful of videos now on Nintendo suing and, otherwise using several means to take down fan projects of games that use assets from old or older Nintendo games. But then you got the story that I covered like a week or two ago where City of Heroes, that old early 2000s MMO RPG that was developed by NC Soft. The original creator, NC Soft, actually just gave the official fan server that's been alive for like 5 years now their official blessing. And game developers can see these fan projects as either a good thing or a bad thing or somewhere in between. And of course, this is probably the ultimate determinant when looking at making their decision. Well, up until now, Valve has seemed to really embrace fan projects using TF2 assets, which are Team Fortress 2 assets, as well as Portal assets. But Valve appears to now be adopting a very protective approach to these fan-made projects, as indicated by a recent DMCA takedown notice issued to the developers of Team Fortress Source 2, which is a big TF2 fan project, as well as their reaction to a Nintendo 64 version of Portal called Portal 64. So a group called Amper Software is responsible for the TF2 Source 2 game. So the DMCA notice was issued to this group, and it cited unauthorized porting of TF2 assets to Source 2, which ultimately will lead to the project's discontinuation. While legally valid, the takedown sends a noteworthy message to fans, and what's more is, like I said, that Portal 64 project, that whole situation only adds to it. So the developer, James Lambert, he cited Valve's request to take down the project due to its dependence on Nintendo's proprietary libraries. I guess that's what they were calling it. It's kind of vague exactly what that means, but I believe essentially they're probably not wanting their Portal game mixed up in any way with Nintendo, and that could be for, of course, a wide variety of reasons. Could be because, Nintendo takes their IPs very seriously, or it could just be just because adding to this whole Team Fortress thing, and whatever led Valve to make that decision, that's just further influencing their decision to basically axe this Portal 64 project, and they're using the whole Nintendo thing as a reason. But yeah, this whole thing marks a very big departure from Valve's traditionally lenient stance on fan projects, which is definitely leaving the community sort of in panic mode right now, and a lot of people are speculating about a potential overall shift in the company's strategy. So it kind of just looks like they're not going to be embracing a lot of these fan projects anymore that use any sort of assets from Valve or Valve games. I even saw something today that said that sometime last year, Steam, which is owned by Valve, made the decision to remove the Dolphin emulator, which is an emulator that is very much known for emulating GameCube games. So some people are saying, hey, maybe there is kind of a tie with that. Well, I'm sure they probably wanted to remove that emulator from Steam due to obviously legal issues with Nintendo. So maybe there's kind of a connection with the whole, Portal 64 thing. With those ties to Nintendo, maybe they just really want to make a stance against having any sort of legal beef with Nintendo. We definitely don't know the official reason. That's just kind of my speculation. Could be a whole number of reasons, though. Takeaway, though, is that, yeah, it seems Valve is definitely no longer embracing these fan projects, which is, of course, a shame. There is a lot of talent and hard work that is brought into these fan projects. I always love fan projects when it comes to games. It's always a shame when they have to get taken down through DMCA takedown notices. Well, I don't have a crystal ball. I guess I can't really say for sure what Valve's direction is going to be going forward regarding a lot of these fan projects, because of course there's way more than just these two ones, but these two ones are two very big ones, and it looks like, unfortunately, Valve has sealed their fate. They will very likely be taken down very soon. With all the time and, of course, all the creativity that goes into all of these fan projects, I hope it's not Valve's intention to destine all of their fan projects to this same fate.